Hi, my name's Siope. I am with Smarter Parenting, and today I wanted to talk to you about a letter that we received from someone who subscribes to the Smarter Parenting website looking for specific help for her family. Now, she had listed in her email that there were a lot of things going on. They wanted to address the issue with her child, who was 11 years old. He was misbehaving in the home. After she had listed that, she actually described what was also happening within the family. So the father had lost his job. They were dealing with illness in the family. They had also taken in her parents who had moved in. So there was a lot going on within the family, and they were about to lose their home. The dynamics of everything going on, and she had reached out to us for help in managing the child's behavior. The child has been acting out at school and in the home. It's a lot, and actually problems don't exist in a vacuum. So when you're addressing a problem with a child, really one of the things that are most effective for parents to do is to evaluate the environment that is surrounding the child. That means looking at everything that's happening. This is a skill that a parent needs to be able to do. And if they do it successfully, they can recognize areas that they can work on first. Now, the recommendation actually in looking at this kind of systematically as an environment is super helpful because it also helps you discover what area you should focus on first, right? There's a belief, and it's actually proven to be true, at least in my experience in working with families, is that when you address one area of an environment, it actually will affect every other part of the environment. So, in making an assessment of what's happening in the environment, and specifically for this family, my recommendation would be for the family to evaluate where they can make the change easiest. Okay, finding what issue they have control over and they can make the change work most effectively first. Right? So again, we have multiple things going on. We had in-laws moving in, older people that they're taking care of. We have health issues. We have financial issues, and then we have the child's behavior. So the parents need to determine which of those issues they can resolve more easily first. Okay, and I don't know all the details about what's going on, but just looking at the information that was provided to me, I would think that their own health would be probably first. Now, the reason I say that is because if they're able to manage their own health, and that's something they have control over as far as diet and communicating with doctors and finding out the best recommendations and addressing those issues, they're able to have more resilience in dealing with everything else that is happening around them. Now, it may be easy actually to point and focus on one very specific area, and maybe the child is where they want to focus their attention. But again, my recommendation is to look at the environment as a whole, figure out exactly which area you can make the most change in most quickly, and focus on that first. Make change there, and again, you change one part of the environment, it actually changes the entire environment. And then you can begin working and systematically knocking down everything else. Now, you can work on all the different environments at the same time, the different issues that are involved there. But again, focusing on one specific thing that you can have control over and that you can change is where you're going to find the most change happen, and you're going to be able to be you'll be able to be strengthened in fixing everything else around you. So these are not uncommon problems. We get families who have multiple issues, and the child's behavior is an issue, and it's probably a huge issue that you may feel pressure to resolve and address right at the moment. And you can do that. However, again, taking a step back and looking at the whole thing is always helpful for parents in changing the whole environment of what's happening. All right. Now, again, I don't have all the information. Based on the information I received, that is what I would suggest. But if I had more time to sit down with them, it would be a wonderful thing to go through their values, what it is they hope to change, what they want to do, and then address what areas they can actually make changes in on their own, and then reach out for help in other areas where they may need help. So again, in an environment, parents, take some time. If you need to, step back, make an assessment, figure out exactly what is happening in the environment, and then make a decision. Okay, I can make the most change here, and trust that making a change there is going to make a change everywhere else in the family dynamic, right? Problems don't exist in a vacuum, right? So for more help, tips, and suggestions, visit the Smarter Parenting website. We do have behavior skills that will help this family implement some changes in the child that the parents can use and do, in addition to some support as far as games and activities and teaching this to their child, and also worksheets that will be very helpful for them. So visit the Smarter Parenting website for more tips and suggestions and ideas. And also, don't forget to subscribe to us on our YouTube channel and also to our website. We are always open for any dialogue that you may have or questions. Feel free to send those in to us. And again, Smarter Parenting exists because of the generous donations of donors. So we highly suggest and actually ask that if you can donate, we would really, really appreciate it. All right, so that's it for today. And again, subscribe to us and you'll receive updates and some new insights into how you can become a more effective parent.